SB19 just walked out of Japan with a physical CD, a TV debut, a festival cosign from one of the country's biggest idols, and their own sold-out fan meet. That's the kind of week most groups build an entire era around. Welcome back to Stage Wire, where we don't just cover the headline moment, we track what it's actually building toward. And this week, SB19's Japan run isn't the end of a story. It's the middle of one, because 2 more confirmed stops are already locked on the calendar. Let's start where it began. On August 5th, SB19 released the Japanese edition of their album Wakas at Simula, a 2-disc set with 2 Japan-exclusive bonus tracks, full Japanese lyric translations, and a limited edition that comes packed with a 36-page photozine. 5 days later, Tower Records Shibuya opened its own SB19 pop-up around the release, running from August 10th through the 18th, stocked with exclusive merch built just for the drop. Then came August 13th. SB19 made their Japanese television debut on Nippon TV's DayDay, performing Lawless live in front of a national audience that may never have found them through a festival lineup alone. That's a deliberate sequencing choice. Land on TV first, then walk into the festival crowd already recognizable. 1 day later, on August 14th, SB19 took the massive stage at Summer's Sonic Osaka. The next day, August 15th, they were on the Pacific stage in Tokyo. Summer Sonic wasn't a small booking either. This was the festival's 25th anniversary edition, its biggest yet, expanded to 3 full days across Osaka and Tokyo. And on that Tokyo stage, SB19 didn't perform alone. Kento Nakajima, one of Japan's most recognizable idols, joined them for a live performance of Gento, a song from 2023 that had already been generating real momentum with Japanese listeners well before that stage moment happened. That collaboration didn't come out of nowhere either. In the days before Summer Sonic, SB19 had teased on Instagram that they'd shared yakiniku with Nakajima and hinted something might be in the works. Nakajima himself had tagged SB19 in a Gento dance cover months earlier. The on-stage moment was the payoff of a connection that had already been building. And Gento itself wasn't some random pick. It's a track from SB19's 2023 EP Pagtatag, one that had already charted on Billboard's World Digital Song Sales list and been considered for Grammy attention. So Nakajima wasn't just borrowing a viral moment, he was co-signing a song with real staying power. SB19 also wasn't the only P-pop act on that Summer Sonic bill. Binny performed at Osaka and Tokyo the same week, and Aina Mori joined the Tokyo lineup too, which says something about how much runway Filipino acts are getting on Japanese festival stages right now, not just SB19 individually. From there, the trip shifted from festival stages to something more personal. Yokohama Station ran SB19 branded vending machines from August 17th through the 18th, and on August 18th, SB19 held their first ever fan meet in Japan. The I was there Thanksgiving fan meet at KT Zepp Yokohama. Merch, VIP moments, fan games, and a karaoke segment built entirely around SB19's own catalog gave Aten in Japan something a festival crowd never gets: direct, personal access. Stack all of that side by side. A physical release built specifically for one market. Retail activation. National television. A major festival slot. A collaboration with a homegrown star. And a fan meet that closed it all out. That's not a group hoping to get noticed once. That's a group giving an audience several separate reasons to keep paying attention, spread across 9 straight days. And the Japan push landed inside a bigger stretch of momentum. Just days before flying to Japan, SB19 released the Wakas at Simula Global CD version, their first ever physical album worldwide. The first batch sold out almost immediately, pushing Backspacer Records and Sony Music Entertainment to open a second batch for fans everywhere. That's before you even get to Japan. The appetite was already building. So where does SB19 go next? The answer isn't speculation. Both stops are already on the books. On September 19th, SB19 performs at Beyond the Beat, the next level ULT power sound experience, held at Cove Manila inside Okada, Manila. It's Sony Philippines' launch event for its ULT power sound audio line, and SB19 has been named the newest member of the Sony ULT squad, joining a lineup that includes Maki, KA, and other homegrown names across music, dance, and fashion. General admission passes for the event were already fully claimed before the show even happened, with access now limited to Sony's own membership tiers. Barely a month removed from Japan, and SB19 is already anchoring another major Sony-backed event, this time at home. Then they cross the Pacific again. From October 28th through the 31st, SB19 heads to the Alamo Dome in San Antonio, Texas, for the first ever K-pop World Festival and worldwide dance competition, billed by organizers as the genre's first festival of this scale built specifically for the region's fanbase. The concert portion runs October 30th and 31st. SB19 takes the stage on the 31st alongside Jay Park, Jessie, Haeun, and Dean and Tabor, the only non-Korean act on a bill built almost entirely around K-pop. Around the concerts, the festival runs a 2-day dance championship pulling in 32 teams from 29 countries, plus an international vendor village stocked with Korean products and exclusive collectibles. Just 3 months earlier, SB19 had already made history as the first homegrown Filipino act to perform at Lollapalooza in Chicago. Texas is their second major US festival booking of the year, and this time they're doing it as one of only 11 acts confirmed for the entire 4-day event. That's the part worth sitting with. This isn't a group chasing a single big stage. It's a group getting invited back, repeatedly, by organizers who clearly aren't done with them yet. A single festival slot gets attention for a weekend. Coming back again and again is what actually builds a fan base that sticks around instead of spiking for one night and disappearing. Now, a word of caution because timelines like this tend to grow online theories fast. As of this recording, nothing beyond September 19th and October 31st should be treated as confirmed unless SB19 or the event organizers say so directly. What we actually know is already enough to work with. September puts them back in Manila. October puts them back in the US. Past that point, there's a real gap on the calendar, and that gap is exactly what makes the next few months worth watching. Because the pattern is the story here. Lollapalooza in July. Japan through most of August, built deliberately across TV, retail, a festival stage, a major collaboration, and a fan meet. A sold-out global CD release wedged in between. Manila in September. Texas again in October. That's not a group that stumbled into visibility. That's a rollout with intention behind it, one market at a time, with each stop reinforcing the one before it instead of standing alone. The real question isn't whether SB19 can land another festival booking. At this point, they clearly can. The real question is whether they can turn all of this into an audience that remembers their name a year from now, in markets where they're still relatively new. Japan just showed what that looks like when it's done with real groundwork instead of a single viral clip. Whether that same formula shows up again in the US, or somewhere else in Asia entirely, is genuinely still open. Japan isn't a closing chapter anymore. It's proof of what SB19 does when they commit to building a market instead of just visiting one. And with 2 more confirmed stops already on the calendar, whichever move comes after October 31st is going to say a lot about where this group's global strategy is actually headed next. If you want to catch every confirmed date the moment it drops, hit subscribe and turn on notifications for StageWire. Drop your prediction for where SB19 heads after Texas in the comments. And if this breakdown helped connect the dots, give it a like and share it with a fellow Autumn who's still catching up. We'll be right here for whatever gets confirmed next.